Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Whole week has just been so freaking crazy. Oh my gosh. So for any of you guys who don't know, I am currently in the midst of possibly, well, I guess it is a thing. I'm going to be moving and it is kind of just like a matter on when and where, because here's the crazy thing. Okay, so my father wants to move away somewhere further. My boyfriend lives about like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. And then my mom lives about 40-ish minutes away on the other side. But from my work, it's like 30 minutes exactly in between my mom's and my dad's. So trying to find either one or the other is like my best option to move, because I will always be at work, and I'll have the same amount of time to drive from home to work. Now, originally, I'm currently living with my father, and I would like it to stay like living with my dad because I like living with my dad. It's nice, it's calm. I'm not, I guess, allergic as much. I have a horrible allergic reaction to dogs, and I never used to be allergic to dogs. I have had so many dogs in my life, and I recently got allergic to them, and I discovered that I had the allergy when I had a hypoallergenic dog, which quite frankly doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So it kind of sucks. There was one night, he was a small little dog, and his name was Malcolm, and I would live at my mom's house at the time, and I was laying down, and he would always try and scratch on my door. Every night he would always try and scratch at my door. And one night I let him in, and I was like, okay, Malcolm, come on, hop up. So he'd hop up on my bed and he would just fall asleep. But sometimes he would come over and he would lick my chin, and then he would go back down and fall asleep. And there was one night where he did that, and my chin started to feel numb and very funny. It felt fuzzy, it was numb, it was red, it was swollen, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Because at that point I've had Malcolm for about 10 years or so, and I've never had an issue. And when this was happening, it was, oh my gosh, it was probably 2 a.m. in the morning. And I went to my mom and I was like, Mom, my chin is swollen. It's I can't even feel it. It feels really weird. And so eventually we found out that I was allergic to dogs. Now, we don't have any Malcolm anymore, but at my mom's house there's 2 dogs. So there's Manny and then there's Tucker. And Manny is a bulldog. A boxer. He's a boxer. And then Tucker, he is a poodle mix boxer thingy. I don't even know what he is. And they both shed like no tomorrow. And it is so bad that my mom, so I hear, she cleans and vacuums the house every day, but you can still smell it, and you can see the hair all over the house, and it is just so bad for my nose. And I just can't live like that, because here's the thing, you guys. I came to my mom's house the other day just for a night, and I don't let the dogs Manny and Tucker into my room because it's just too bad for my sinuses, and I can't let them in anywhere because the hair gets everywhere. They shake. It's just awful. So I close my door, and when I'm not at the house, I tell my parents to tell my mom and my stepdad and my sister to just keep my door closed, because I can't let the dogs inside my room. That's my safe haven. That is my that is my humble abode. And so I was there for a day, and my nose was dying, and I have medicine and it just wasn't working. and my nose was getting bad. I was getting like congested. It wasn't fun. And I'm like sitting here like blowing my nose every minute. And I was laying in my room because this is the only like safe spot that I'm in. And my sister sometimes works from home. So as she's working, she's in the dining room. She knocked on my door, and then she's like, "Hey, can I come in?" And I was like, before I didn't even say anything, she opened the door. I was like, oh my God. I hate it when people do that. And she knows I'm like, you literally just like opened it before I said anything. But I guess that's like what siblings and parents do. But anyway, so she was like, why don't you come out in the living room and like come sit with me? And I was like, oh, in my head, I'm like, no, but I want to, but like, no, because I'm already dying. So I was like, yeah, sure. So I like went out and like started watching Too Hot to Handle. I've been watching the new season, by the way. Oh my God, you guys, it is crazy. But so I'm sitting there and my nose is going so bad. I've gone through like 2 tissue boxes and I'm like ready to go home, but I ordered something from Cha Time. So I'm like waiting for my drink, and then I'm like getting out. And as I got home, my nose obviously was like still runny, and like I was like sneezing everywhere. And then today at work, I got a massive headache because I'm thinking about like how congested I've been, and it just hasn't been fun. And as much as I'd love to go back to my mom's, and like it's nice to see them obviously, but like I can't be like I can't do it. Like my nose won't allow me to do it. And my boyfriend has a really great humidifier in his room, and he has really bad allergies in the summer and the spring, and like the pollen and on the dust and all that stuff. So he has like a really good, I guess, air purifier in his room. And he apparently told me today that he asked his parents whenever time they go to Costco to like go pick one up for me, which I didn't want him to do because apparently they're expensive, but it was very nice of him to say that and do that. So if I do go back to my mom's, which I don't want to just for that reason, I'm going to keep that in my room and like deep clean it when I come back, if that is the case, because the problem is that I would be like, oh, Simspiration, Jamie, why don't you just like go live with your dad? And the thing is that if my dad does live further away, I can't like go to work. My boyfriend, like I said, is like 2 to like an hour and a half away if you take the highway. So it's just a little too far for me, and it just wouldn't make any sense, especially with the gas, girl. Oh my gosh, the gas is just like awful. And I'm sure that the people who are listening to this who have a car can attest for that, because the gas prices have just gone crazy. And I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I think it's because I've been going to the gym almost every day, but like the gym, even just to get into town, is like a half an hour. So driving to the gym and then driving back is like an hour that way. But it's like I drive a half an hour to go to work, and then I drive a half an hour to go to the gym, and then drive a half an hour to go home. So it's just gas and money, and you guys, it's just crazy. And my boyfriend and I found this really nice like basement apartment. It had like a door going out to the outside, so you don't have to go through like the house. And it was modern, like it was really nice downstairs. But the only issue is it only had 1 parking spot, and the problem is that, well, my boyfriend and I have 1 car per person, so that wouldn't work, and it just wouldn't make any sense for money. There's just been, like we haven't made a whole lot, so it would just be like a money guzzler for us. And if I had to move back with my mom, I would have to pay rent, which I don't at my dad's. And that kind of sucks, but it's okay. Like I know a lot of people do that. It's just I was very fortunate enough, at least at my dad's, to not have to be able to worry about that. But I might have to worry about that going back to my mom's, but it's okay. And yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff that's been going on, you guys. It's been crazy recently. I've been very stressed, but I'm okay. It's a little exciting trying to figure out kind of how everything is going, what's gonna happen. We've been having a lot of people come look at the house, and it's been nice. But I definitely like to see what's happening, and I would be selfish saying that it would be nice for my dad to find a house that's closer to here, but I don't want, this is probably going to be like his last ever house, because my dad used to move a lot for me, and I don't want him to do anything for me anymore. Like, I want him to find like a house that he enjoys and he likes, and that he'll be happy with. And my stepmom's daughter just had a baby, so they don't want to move too far away, because my stepmom says that she wants to go take care of the baby when she has more time, because she's going to be retiring soon, I guess. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, girl, but we gotta pray. I've been buying lottery tickets every day. Because someone I know won it very close to me. And, gosh, I wish it was me. Don't we all? Don't we all? I mean, I won like $30 on a lottery ticket. You know, you gotta pray and just manifest it, I guess. I don't know. Or until this channel kind of does its own thing. Until then, girl, I don't know what's gonna happen. But I just sit here. If you guys are new, hi, how are you? My name is Jamie. I do mostly speed builds. Oh, I can't talk today. I have been having a really bad time with talking and writing, apparently. Super weird. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna rant off to this for a second because it just reminded me of something. I recently have had a really bad time with like talking because I've been like screwing up my words by like saying things in weird ways, or I've been saying it like backwards. And when I was writing things, sometimes I would like leave letters out of a word and then I'd go back to it and then I'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot the letter in this word, but I'd still keep writing that like said word. And that reminds me that like I remember in high school, I was in like grade, I don't know what I was in, girl, like, oh girl, it's been a while. It's been like probably like 5 years, I don't know. I was in art class and I was making a logo sign for our art teacher outside of the art room, duh, obviously. And it was all in bubble letters and then you had to like cut it out. And I remember when I was writing it for her, she like came out and I was like, well, I'm done. And she like looked at it and she goes, she's like, Jamie, do you see anything wrong with this? And I go, what do you mean? And I like look up and like the R is backwards, the D is like flipped, it's like the M is like a W. It was so weird. And I'm like, I don't think I have dyslexia. But it's been happening more recently that I've been really stressed out, that I think. So I think that's really the only reason. Like, I think it's just because I've been like very stressed out. So I don't know. It's been crazy. And I know there's like this lady also, I think, that's been stressing me out at work. She is an older lady and she's like complaining to me and talking to me about how she has like 9 kids and she's working this part-time job. And I guess like on her interview, she said that she was okay with like 10 minutes. Oh my God. 10-minute shift. You're up. No, 10-hour like shifts a week because she has some other jobs. And I guess recently she's been upset because she hasn't been getting like a lot of hours. And my boss keeps telling her that she only has a certain amount of hours that she can kind of like play with, and she just doesn't have enough for her. And now my boss is like bugging me because she's like, well, why did she tell me that she wanted 10 hours? Because now I can't even like legally give her more, and all this stuff. And there's just so much going on. And I guess like she's asking for more hours and she can't get it. And sorry if you can hear that car go by. But like she's my manager is just like, why did she want a part-time job if she has 9 children? Doesn't make any sense. And I'm kind of like stuck in the middle, like like listening to everyone like kind of complain about everything, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do anything to help you. I wish I could. I really do. The only thing I can really suggest y'all is just get a full-time job, and that's what I'm saying. But for me, like I get about like 32, like over 30 hours a week at least for my job currently. But if I move out with my boyfriend at his place, then I'm waiting to find maybe another employer down over where he lives. And I have like 2 people that I may be able to go with, but I just don't have the money to move right now. So it's just, everything's just up in the air. It is just up in the air and we don't know what's going on. But it is crazy. And again, I'm sorry if you're new. This is what I do. I sit here and I rant and I talk to y'all. It's like we're sitting down and just chatting on the couch. And that's kind of just what I like to do. I don't really like talking about the builds because I find like it is very difficult for me to talk. But I do hope that you like it. And I do have a new Rags to Riches that is going on right now. And I had a lot of fun editing that one, and it's really fun to watch, and I'm genuinely surprised about how it turned out. So if you do want to take a look at that, I'll have that at the end of the video, and watch out for part 2 because that one is going to be coming up soon, and we might get some sheep. I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens. And and maybe Matthew will come back. And if y'all don't know who Matthew is, girl, you just gotta go watch because he wants us. He really does. But if you guys like this video, maybe please consider like, commenting, and subscribing. And yeah, I will see you all later. Okay, bye guys.